Okay, so let's just, I'm just going to get started with this, and then I'll end up talking more about it because it looks like there's a lot of information on the differences between the male and female brain, and how different are they really, and what are we more capable in, etc. It's funny, you guys said I had a small brain, and then I decimated that argument, and then you ignored it, but actually, women do have smaller brains, about 10% smaller than men. And before you go, aha, we're smarter, like a dumbass. Yeah, but we have thicker cortical areas, and it doesn't actually imply intelligence because you're retarded. You guys went to bigger brains, smarter. Well, men tend to also be larger, so it's also proportional. But they do overall have 10% bigger brains. So if you're saying you have a small brain, then it's more likely that I'm a female. Ridiculous anyway. Okay, so what did I write here? The intra-hemispherical connectivity is greater in men and boys, and the supratenaural regions are greater in women, which means that men are able to facilitate, they perceive something and then they facilitate a coordinating action easier than for a woman. For a woman, what it means is that we're better with verbal strategy. We talk more, we use more words, and we use more of a cognitive understanding to complete the task as opposed to necessarily a physical one. You guys say, talk less, do more. Okay. Ventromedia, prefrontal cortex, emotional processing. Okay, this is the place that's responsible for emotional processing. In men, it tends to be that they favor the right. And for example, when a man suffered a lesion on the right side of his head, he was unable to go back to jobs that make money, jobs that he was unable to complete tasks. He was an emotional wreck. He had personality issues. All these things happened. When his left was damaged, he was able to go back to work. Because females tend to process more on the left and men on the right. So anyway, men are more prone to aggression due to the structure of their brain. Now, men have a larger and longer planum temporal and sylvan fissure, women tend to have a larger proportionate volumes of the total brain. And some say that is to compensate for the smaller size. Again, you can't but okay, but there's thickness of certain things that do things, and there's also total usage. The greater the cortical thickness and complexity and surface area means greater abilities in certain departments like processing information. Women are more prone to, say, doing activities like little arts and crafts like I do, chatting on the phone. Women tend to have way better vocabularies than men. A way better vocabulary than men because we are more prone to processing words and thinking on terms of words, and men are more prone to thinking on terms of action. So really, in all of this, I have had to answer so many questions from ranging of topics, from sports to looks to, I mean, everything. You guys have been here for all of this ridiculousness. And the reason that I'm able to do this pretty efficiently is because women are superior at going from left to right on the brain, which means that we are able to span large amounts of information and pull information from all different sources in order to draw a conclusion. Whereas men are better at going front to back, which gives them a heightened perception to take action, once again. It also gives them, whereas females are better at socializing or being able to read someone's body language or emotion, which I've demonstrated I can do, and you've seen Grace for. Men are better at things like mental arithmetic. You're like, she can't do mental arithmetic. This is going back to female brain. But really, I do have trauma. That's actually what it is. But even before, even when I was decent at math, I still wrote it down. I wasn't doing it so much mentally, so that is true. Okay, so women have a deeper limbic system, which makes us more prone to being caregivers, wanting to feed the kitties or the snails or whatever. But it also makes us more prone to depression. It allows us a deeper range of emotions, but women are by far more prone to depression than men. Women are more intuitive because of the part of the brain that we use. And our ability to process emotions is comparative to that of just the structure of it, an 8-lane superhighway, whereas a man's emotions are can be likened to an old dirt path in which a slow truck is going up. So this and parking, and that would be his emotion. And so men might be not as able to process emotions rapidly. They might get confused, and you notice that men have just a tendency just to get angry because it's hard for them to express other things. Whereas women are more creative naturally. And we tend to talk more when we're frustrated or letting out these other emotions and processing in a lot of verbal ways, like I'm doing all the time on camera. When a man's emotion finally does come to a place of its destination, it's harder for it to reverse. You guys have noted, she's back and forth, she's mercurial with, say, romantic interests, back in Santa Cruz or whatever. One day she likes him, and the next day she wants to shove his face in a sandcastle, etc., etc. Yeah, because my ability to process emotions is a lot quicker, and so it's this, and it's a man's emotion tends to be stagnant, and which actually in the end, once he has made the decision to say love a woman, is a lot more loyal than a woman's, who can be more fickle, and she can go there and back and there and back. I hate him, I love him, I hate him, I love him, before breakfast is even served, whereas a man is a lot more, once he finally drives down that road of commitment, would be more prone to being, now biology for reproduction is a whole different thing, but emotionally more prone to staying in that state of emotion than the female. So here's some things, we're just getting started on the brain, there'll be more.